Hello everybody, David. Thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. This is part 2 of my Q&A video, question and answers. I'm answering questions from last Monday's Q&A video. Any questions you have, go down below and I'll answer them in the next Q&A video next Monday. And Merry Christmas. So I'm going to get started. Oh, by the way, I was in the store the other day. I just wanted to show you this. I was in the store the other day and I saw this. I had to get it. Fake love. Great, isn't it? This stuff sells in society. People like this. I like fake love. Anyways, Vasi from Bulgaria. Hello, Vasi. Happy holidays. What would a relationship between a borderline and a narcissist look like? So, it seems like people are very confused about disordered people dating each other. And I understand because we are so just, they need this. And if they don't get it from us, they're gone. But listen, they're not so precise. They don't plan so well. They're not about their future. These are disordered people. They come from disordered people. They surround themselves with disordered people. Do you see that? They don't just come from disordered and are disordered and then branch out and never contact each other. You know what I mean? They stay together. So narcissist and borderline is very common. It's not just so rare. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you think about it, you want me to just come up, people always want me to come up with like some scenario. So if a narcissist meets a borderline, that borderline heavily idealizes, right? And the narcissist idealizes, but the borderline just floods that narcissist and showers them with attention and says, you are number one. That narcissist loves it, okay? And all the crazy red flags that healthy people see in narcissists, borderlines don't care. All the red flags that we see in borderlines, narcissists don't care as long as they get what they want. These people are disordered. They're dysfunctional. They jump from one relationship to the next, one person to the next. They don't care if they jump on a disordered person. Give me what I want. That's all they care about. So what does it look like? Well, it's going to be a big hot mess. It's what it's going to be eventually. It's going to be a lot of hurting each other. It's going to be breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, hoovering, breaking up, staying in contact, dating other people, going back to each other, talking about each other. It's just sick. It's just sick. And that's why I tell you, all you guys, don't hoover, don't contact, don't talk, don't engage. Get away from them or you're going to be sick and disordered. You know what I mean? Carolyn from Quinlan, Texas. Happy holidays, Carolyn. Will a narcissist break a protective order? Sure. Will all narcissists? No. Will some? Yes. You want to know, is that like in the narcissist game plan? And I would say no. I would say most don't. I think that's a safe answer. Narcissists don't really want to go to jail. You guys, you don't believe me, but the kind of people that don't get over these relationships with you, that keep fucking doing this with you, is more likely borderlines. Narcissists they'll go back for more attention, but they aren't going to go to jail just to be or see you or just, you know what I mean? They don't want to do that. They aren't attached like that. These are borderlines that do this. Okay? Jane from North Carolina. Happy holidays, Jane. What are some pointers on having to deal with your ex in public but staying no contact? And Jane, I read your whole scenario, and you have to, there's a function where you have to be in the same place where they are going to be. You guys are going to have to look at each other, deal with each other, and people around you are going to wonder, they're going to watch and want to see what's going on. So how do you deal with that? You rise above it, and you keep him down here, okay? So when he comes and tries to engage with you, you walk away. If somebody's watching, you just smile, and you say something, you walk away. You just do what looks okay. And you do, most importantly, what you want, okay? Don't do anything for anybody else. Don't be too concerned with what it looks like. Be concerned with how you're going to feel about it later, okay? So if, don't do something you're going to regret or be ashamed of. You know what I mean? Just because someone's watching doesn't mean you have to be nice to him. You're going to hate yourself for that. This guy abused you. You don't have to be nice to him. Ignore him. I don't care if people are watching. You let them know. You say, this guy's a horrible. You know, tell him if you want that he abused you. He's an emotional abuser. He's disordered. He's a highly manipulative person. And for that reason, I cannot talk to him at all. And I suggest none of you talk to him. He will manipulate you. I hope that helps, James. Willa Barnes from New Jersey. Hello, Willa. Can you explain how narcissists abuse or affect your health? So yeah, narcissist disorder people affect your health, okay? Especially malignant. That's why we call them malignant, because they live off you and suck things out of you and they slowly kill you. The psychological damage that stress does to your brain is horrendous. And the prolonged exposure to that does major damage, okay? Major. Prolonged exposure to things like this will kill you. I truly believe they'll give you cancer, and I don't think that's a belief. I think that's fact. I think that if you live your life like this, you die earlier. Okay? Jennifer from Michigan. Hello, Jennifer. Happy holidays. What is your opinion on narcissists and addiction? My ex is an alcoholic. Now he's with a drug addict. Well, I've said before that a lot of psychiatrists out there believe that drug addicts, alcoholics are borderlines, period. Because they display and act like borderlines. So they would be clinically diagnosed as borderlines. If you're a drug addict, alcoholic, severe dependent on this every day, you are borderline. That what would be most doctors would diagnose you as. Addiction and disorders go hand in hand. Addiction, drug addiction, work addiction, food addiction, all these things is shame. These guys are shame-based. They're covering their shame and how they feel. Okay? Meg from Florida. Hello, Meg. Happy holidays. He is a long-term steroid user and alcoholic. Can this make him act like he's disordered? Yeah, I hope my last answer just covered that. Yes. Okay, and if he might be diagnosed as borderline or something like that. Okay, because that's how he's acting. Crystal from Detroit. Happy holidays, Crystal. I've lost my two best friends since coming out of the fog. I think they may be narcissists because they have acted so weird as I was exposing my ex. Am I just overthinking? No, you are not, Crystal. Trust your gut instinct. You had the same gut instinct about your ex and you didn't listen. You had this gut instinct about them. Listen. Okay? This is the time when you come out of this and now you discover, holy shit, I've been in love with someone disordered for years, months, whatever it is. Now, when you realize, God, I had no idea the person I loved didn't love me or was lying or all these things. Now, it's time to evaluate all your relationships with your friends and your family, okay? More than likely, your friends are disordered and you probably have a family member or two that's disordered, okay? Lizbeth from United States. Hello, Lizbeth. Happy holidays. He punished me for things I succeeded in. Okay, I'm sorry, I left it out. Elizabeth is saying that her father punished her for things that she succeeded in, and now she's doing great. Oh, no, it's not your father. Sorry to be confusing. Elizabeth's ex used to punish her while she succeeded. Now she's doing great. What does he get out of seeing how I'm doing? So if he checks, if you're asking this because he's checking on how you're doing, then he's trying to contact you and he wants attention. If he's just looking and sees that you're doing really well, he hates it. Okay, he hates it. These are envious people. If you have something that they don't have, they want it, and he hates you for it. Okay, you're bad. If envious people, if someone's envious and you have something they want, they believe what they want is good and what you have and what you are is bad. So to do anything to you is okay, to get the good thing. And if they have entitlement issues, they deserve it. Shar Hughes from Jersey. Hello, Shar. Merry Christmas. Does the moon affect them when it changes? Interesting question. Doesn't the moon affect humans, all humans, when it changes? You know, the term lunacy, right? The word lunatic, loon came from the moon. Lunatic came from the moon. Luna. We are all affected by the moon. So would a lunatic? I guess so, huh? If they start their name out with the moon, maybe it does. JT from Chesterfield, United Kingdom. Hello, JT. Merry Christmas. Why do we get knotted stomachs and or shake when we hear from narcissist? Well, because they cause so much stress to your brain. So when your brain thinks that this stress is going to be near you, you start reacting. CPTSD, the disorder part, I don't think it's a disorder. I think it's just reactionary. I think it's just a reaction. I think borderline is a reaction to the trauma. This is a reaction to the trauma that your ex caused you. Simple. Stress, stress, stress. The last question about how stress affects your body. So you're knotted stomachs and you shake every time she's around. Imagine doing that for 10, 20 years. You're going to have problems, physical problems. Nikki, Sean from Chicago. Hello, Nikki. Happy holidays. Do narcissists treat all of their victims exact same way, or does some supply get treated better? They're disordered. If they're abusive, they're abusive. I think it's a matter of time. How long can they go before they show their true colors? How long can they go before they abuse? How long can they go before they cheat, lie? All these things, right? I think it's just timing. How about that? Does that help? I think they're going to do it to everyone. I can't imagine an abuser finding someone that just doesn't, they're like, oh, I don't need to abuse this person. Because an abusive person isn't abusing people dependent on the person. It's them. It's their problem. It's their issue, right? So they're going to abuse everyone. I don't think they're that selective. But you have someone like a borderline who's afraid to lose you. They're going to be really careful if they really like you. They're going to be more careful. They might wait longer, okay? Hope that helps, Anita. Beach Girl from Denmark. Happy holidays. How do you get the toxic energy out of your body? Been no contact for 1.5 years and still feel a sort of sickness. Remember what I was saying earlier? CPTSD is from your childhood. If you do not resolve your childhood issues, you will do this again. I'm telling you. This will not go away until you resolve your issues. Okay? Because you need to own what you did. You need to own it to change it. If you do not own it, you do not see it, you will not change it. If you need somebody else to help you see it, then go get professional help and have an outside perspective so someone can point it out to you. This is what I do all day, okay? It's necessary for your recovery. Recovery isn't about feeling better. The why you feel bad is from your childhood. So if you want to just feel better now, you might. You might be able to feel all better someday. But you do this again, which you will. Relationships are hard. Okay? If you don't have it figured out, you will not have success. It's not about the right person, you guys. It's not about Mr. or Mrs. Right. You need to be Mr. or Mrs. Right first. Okay? You cannot have relationships if you don't know why the last one failed. Or you will repeat it. Okay? Get somebody to point out the reasons you feel this way. Get somebody that understands CPTSD, childhood trauma. Go see a trauma therapist or something. Okay? Rocio from Argentina. Feliz Navidad, Rocio. It's hard finding a therapist. It sure is, isn't it? The last one told me he had feelings for me. Any recommendations on finding a good one? I'm terribly sorry that this therapist did that to you. Oh my God, that is so damaging. To really think about, you go to get help because you're desperate and you pay somebody, a professional, money, and you think when you walk in those doors, finally I'm here, and they make passes at you. Who hits on their patients? Patients need help. They're sick. You know, I'm not trying to, but you're sick. If you need to go see a doctor, you're sick. A doctor, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go off, but it's just sick. There's so many sick therapists out there, you guys. You know, sick, it's amazing. It's amazing how such sick people think they need to help others. It's amazing that babysitters hate children. It's amazing that priests that vow to never have sex rape little boys. It's amazing. Do you guys see how our childhood issues surface and surface and surface again? That we make this scenario happen until we resolve them? You see? Okay, back to this. Sorry. Okay, inner recommendations on finding a good therapist. Sure. Would you take your car, would you take your Ferrari to a Ford dealership? No. Would you take your $50,000 brand new sports car to the POS gas station on the corner? No. So, this is your brain. So treat it accordingly. Take it to a good one. How do you find a good one? Ask questions. Ask questions. Sit down with them and interview them. If they don't like it, screw them. Okay? That's their job. I don't mind. I appreciate someone interviewing me. I've even given people free time to interview me first so they make sure they're comfortable with me. That's amazing. Interview. Ask questions. Okay? If they don't like it, see ya. Ask questions like, what do you know about personality disorders? What do you know about the damage they cause to people? What do you know about CPTSD? How do you heal CPTSD? What recommendations? What's a plan? What is our plan? Here's where I'm at. Here's where I want to be. What's your plan to get me there? Okay? And this should be discussed all the time. Hope that helps, Rocio. And that concludes today's Q&A video. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'll see you next year on the 1st, on Monday. Okay? Thank you all. Have a beautiful week. You made it through the week, made it through the holiday. Wasn't that bad, was it? Next year will be better, I promise. Last year was worse. This year is better than last year. I don't care how alone you are. Screw those people. I couldn't imagine sitting next to one of them for an hour. Okay? Yet alone spend another holiday with them. They're never good. You know that. They're never gross. They're gross. Thank you. All of you. I love you all. Okay? Enjoy the week. I'll see you next Monday. I love you all and love yourself first. Okay? Bye-bye. Danny Dog Productions.